Okay, now I'm going to show you the player setting analysis. It's one of the analysis we created to really break down your own setter and the opponent setter. It is, you can find the analysis under player setting. Before you can start, you have to select the setter over here. This is old data, so it has no meaning anymore. I think it's 3 years ago. So just for demonstration purpose. Let's see. So I selected my player over here. As soon as I selected the player, all the matches he played in are popping up over here. So I'm just going to select these 4 matches. And now let's just create analysis, and then I can show you a little bit more. So here you can see it's a setting analysis by route. By this analysis will help you to find the best strategy for your team. Also to analyze the weaknesses and the strengths of your opponent. So here you can see down here it's front, center, back, pipe, total. For the more advanced users, it's the same for the K code. It's F, C, B, pipe, and total. So it's analyzing the middle blocker route and the set which was set. So to say it, try to say it simple. So here you can see the set goes to the front. The set goes to the left pin. That means the set goes to the middle blocker. That means the set goes to the right pin, and that's pipe attack and total. Here you can see what the middle blocker is doing. So the middle blocker is running a quick front, quick back, quick middle, or push in a gap. So let's see. In this case, the middle blocker was running a quick front, and the set went to the left pin. This happened 39 times, kill percentage 56% times, and with efficiency of 46%. The middle blocker running a gap, setting a go, setting to the left pin, had an efficiency of 30%. So the overload was less effective than when we sent the middle blocker to a quick front and setting to the outside. So you can answer questions like that. I want to set to my outside. Should I send my middle blocker quick front, gap, or slide? And then you can compare these play calls and the efficiency over here. Or you can say, I would like to set a back set to my right pin. So what should I do? Should I run a quick front, a push, or 31 gap? As you can see here, there's not a big difference with this setter. The next analysis is repeat. So you can analyze if a setter repeats or not after a mistake. Let's see the scenario. We are in any rotation. My outside hits out of bounds. Now we're receiving again. So what is the setter doing? Is the setter repeating the not successful hitter, or is the setter setting away? In this case, that's the average set distribution. So you can see 42% of the time he was setting to the front, that means to the left pin. 20% of the times the setter was setting to the middle blocker. 28% a back set, so to the right pin. 10% back row attack pipe, and yeah, less than 1% setter dump. What is he doing after a mistake? After a mistake, you can see is setting 60% to the left pin and only 8% to the middle blocker. So after mistakes, the setter is more likely to set to the left outside. Here it's more specific. What is the setter doing after mistake in front? So after the left pin did a mistake. So you can see it's more likely to repeat the unsuccessful left pin hitter. But you can see after mistake of the middle blocker, 0% of the time the setter was setting the unsuccessful middle blocker again. So that's the idea. You can analyze if a setter is repeating or not. Or after a kill. In this scenario, let's say we are in rotation 1. My left pin attacker kills the ball. And then we rotate 6 times and we are back in rotation 1. What is the setter doing? Is the setter repeating the successful hitter in this rotation, or is the setter not repeating? This is the difference between after kill. So after kill is really by rotation. You're in rotation 1, you kill a ball. What is happening the next time you're again in rotation 1? Obviously after a mistake you are receiving the same rotation again. So now it's telling you if the setter is repeating the unsuccessful hitter in the same rotation. Another way to break down the setter is here the analysis we call by region. So you have the filters again on the left and the right side. Let's go with all attacks. And now I can select a region from where the setter is setting from. And the software will tell you the set distribution of the setter when he or she is setting from this area. So I can select a region on the court. If you hold the control button down, you can select more than one subzone. Or if you have scouted really in detail by coordinates, you have the chance to say custom, and you can really draw your own area on the court. So let's say I would like to know the set distribution around, let's say around the 3 meter line, the 10 feet line. I just say create. And here you can see the total set distribution. So from this area, the setter was setting 45% to the front, 50% to the middle blocker, 31% back set, 8% back row, or pipe. Or you say, okay, let's see what is he doing from a perfect pass situation. Let's create the analysis over here. And then you can see the total, 24% front, 33% middle blocker, 28% back set, 30% pipe, 2% setter. Also, as you can see here, it's also divided by the setter call, so by the route of the middle blocker. So how to read it? Let's go with the gap. From a perfect pass, from this area, the setter was setting from this area, and the middle blocker was running a 31 gap. That's the set distribution. The last one here from the setter is a heat map for your setter. Let's say you want to approach it from the other side. I would like to analyze, or I would create a heat map or a region map for this setter. I would like to find out from where on the court he was setting a area 4 in system ball. So I select the area 4 in system ball. If I want, I can also filter by the route of the middle blocker again. I'm just going to select all of them. And obviously you can filter at all attack, transition, or attack after reception. So let's create it. As you can see, that's a heat map from where the setter is setting an area 4 in system ball. And as you can see, as soon as he steps back, it's completely wide, so no set went to the outside the long way. So that's a little bit the approach you can have. You can analyze your own setter. You can say, hey, let me see if there's an area from where the setter is not setting a specific set. Or for example, you can say, hey, I would like to know when the middle blocker is running a gap. I would like to know from where the setter on the court is misdirecting, so setting an area 2 in system ball when the middle blocker is running a gap. So there are a lot of opportunities, combination you can pick to break down your own setter, or opponent setter. And again, if you like what you see here, for example, you can always save it as a PDF immediately. You have the matches you used, the filter you used, the area you selected, and then you have the cross tab here for the set distribution. Yeah, I think that's it for the setting analysis. So we're gonna include in the next update where you can also mark how you mark the setting zone here, the passing zone, so you can filter also the passes coming from a specific area. Tell me what the setter is doing. That will come in our next update, so stay tuned.